Hi, it's Sue Kearney. Welcome. I am preparing for a solo art show that opens really soon, and so I've had to wire the backs of all the canvases so they can hang at this beautiful art gallery. I've been learning this skill, I've been practicing, and I'm going to show you how I do this so that you can put this skill in your toolkit too. I set up my kitchen counter as a workbench because it's just the right height. Here's a little handy reference list. It'll also be in the description. And we're going to go into all of this in detail. Okay, here we go. So, what have I got here? I've got my new favorite thing, this soft strand wire, which is coated and doesn't hurt my fingers. A pencil and a ruler to mark where I'm going to drill. And I have this fabulous little hand drill to get my divot right where I want it. Wire cutters and screws and D-rings, and of course my drill. So you notice I've got a towel laid down. I've also wiped down the counter, converting from a kitchen to a workshop. Step one, take a look at the painting and decide which way is up. If I hadn't done that already, and I haven't signed it, so I have to now commit. I generally commit to the way I painted it, and in this case, that's what I'm going to do. So I was standing here. And so I'm going to flip the painting this way, and now I know which way is up. So this canvas is 6 inches tall, and I learned that you want to put these D-rings at a third of the way down. So I mark 2 inches from the top. Now, this really cool tool, I've learned where to position it from the inside of the frame because I've done this a bunch now. These D-rings are like that. So it's probably like you'll learn from eye. It's probably between 1/4 and 3/8, somewhere around there. So, and there's a doesn't have to be exact. You just do want to kind of get them parallel and a third of the way from the top. All right. You take one palm and put it on the thing, on the little drill. On the little drill. My palm is on it, and then I twist it with my other hand. Can you see that? I'm trying to see if you can see it by turning my wrist. So I twist it. I usually twist it like 20 or 25 times, I think. Just enough to make a little divot. You don't need much. And I do the same thing on the other side. All right, so I have my little divots. D-rings, D-rings have a flat side and a bumpy side. I want the flat side on top so that the profile here is smooth, not lumpy, so that when you stack a painting on a painting, you're not creating a divot on the other canvas. Usually the D-ring will swivel just a little bit. I like to make it nice and tight, not to have too much play. 2 things I'm learning. Hold the drill straight up and down and goose it gently. I've got the soft strand wire, a little bit sticking out of the spool, and I will show you how I do this. A little more difficult on a short canvas to work in here because I have big hands. I realized that you couldn't really see my hands twisting the wire very well. So I, luckily for me, have one more piece to wire for this show. And I am going to show you. Hopefully you'll have a better view of my hands at work. So this is how I do it. I have a short tail and I wrap the short tail around under the long tail, and then I come around over the long tail and go back around the D-ring. So now you can see the long tail is wrapped on both sides by wire. That's it. That's my simplified knot. And then I simply wrap this beautifully coated soft strand stuff around the wire, and then just push it down and snip off the end. Actually, snip it or just wrap it, whatever you like. That is perfect. So how do I do the other side? This thing about the peak. Let's look at how much to cut off, because if you're frugal like me, okay, come up a little bit. If you're frugal like me, you want your, you don't want to throw away too much wire. The stuff, I pay for it, right? So I developed a method whereby hang on, I'll get my little test hanger. I train my eye by practicing with an actual picture hanger. So I'll put a picture hanger down on the frame and make sure the top of it is below the top of the canvas. And then I can measure how much wire I need on the other side. So I need to have enough to wrap around the D-ring and have that short tail. So I'm going to take my wire cutter and cut it right about there. And I check myself a couple of times as I go, because I've underestimated and had to unwind and rewind before. So I've learned from my mistakes. So what I'll do is take one turn around, and I can see that's already not tight enough, because if I take the hanger and stick it here, look at that, the hanger is sticking out over the top of the frame, and nobody wants that on their wall. So bring it in about, that's probably too much, we'll see. Bring it in, wrap it around just the once, and test myself again, and now it's really nice. Twist, 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 wrap, wrap, wrap. Tidy, done, and beautiful. And even if the D-ring, D-ring swiveled, I might be in trouble here. Oh, yikes. I'm going to rewrap that. Okay, as I just rediscovered and reminded myself, these D-rings do swivel, and you want to make sure you're measuring for your peak when those D-rings are pointing up as high as they can or are likely to, because as I just saw, if I don't do that, I can have underestimated the amount of wire I need and have to redo it. That'll pass the test. Well, I'm eating my words. At the top of this video, I said I'm perfecting this technique. And as you have just seen, I'm still learning this technique, practicing and learning and trying again. Let me know what you think, and thanks so much for subscribing and sharing and for your comments. See you next time.